Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance, and today's going to be a little different workout because yesterday, instead of doing my regular workout, I went and watched the Canadian National Track and Field Championships here in Ottawa at the Terry Fox Athletic Facility. It goes all weekend, so if you're in Ottawa this long weekend, please take some time out of your weekend if you got free time and go support some of our best athletes at the Canadian Track and Field Championships. You're going to see them trying to make the World Championship team that's going to be in Tokyo this September. I'll have more on all this at the end of the video, but onto the workout. So today is going to be just deadlifts, bench press, and chin-ups. So I'm going with 3 big movements. They're all big energy users. So instead of doing a long workout, each of those is going to get some really hard focus. I'm not doing the pauses on any of them, so I'm hoping that I can increase the amount of weight that I was doing. The only spot where I think I might have a little more trouble on that might be the deadlifts, because admittedly, I'm very sore still from my squat workouts this week. But let's go. All right, so let's start off the warm-up with just the empty bar as usual. Like I've said in the past, I go sock-footed, aka basically barefoot. So with deadlifts, I usually don't do as much warm-ups as I do with the squat. That's just a personal preference thing personally when I do my own workouts, but if I feel I need another warm-up after this one, I'll add another warm-up, but we'll see. And then increasing the weight for the next warm-up set, just 155. What I'm really focusing on here is just a fast, explosive pull off the floor. That's the focus for it. And then we get into it. The first set here was 255 pounds. Just getting grip set up, big breath, and then go. So if you notice, as soon as it starts to move really quick for me. So that's what I kind of focus on whenever I'm doing deadlifts. I'm focusing on, as soon as it starts to move, get moving faster. I want to get going as fast as I can. It helps me a lot. This was the third set. I have 265 on the bar. Yeah, so it's just same focus as before. As you noticed, I switched the orientation of the hands. The grip, absolutely no issue at all going with this reverse grip. And yeah, just doing 3 sets of 6 with it today. All right, to finish off the deadlift portion. So if I'm being honest with myself on the actual top sets, I probably could have gone up another 10, 15 pounds to like 275, 280. I went to 265, being a little conservative with it just because I am sore, but probably could have done more. On the so now I'm doing the volume set, just 12 reps, just up and down, nice and quick and easy. All right, so the next portion, going into the bench press and chin up portion. So this part will be superset. So I'll do a set of bench press and then a set of the chin ups. No pauses on them, 6 to 8 reps. Chin ups will probably go a whole lot better than they did. Bench press, I'm going to be adding weight. Like I'll go 155 at least. No more bitching out. So I opted for a little different look here. Just each set, just put it side by side, the like B1 and B2 side by side. Like the bench, it was moving fairly well, and the chin ups, oh boy, were they so much easier than not having to pause at the bottom. Like I felt so much better doing those. The bench, that's going to be difficult for me. I'm not a great bencher. So 155 pounds on the bar. Here's onto the second set. So as you can see, like when I'm doing the chin-ups, I come down, nice straight arms, and then I pull all the way up, drive the elbows towards my sides. Bench, I'm trying to keep the elbows nice and tight. With biochromial grip, my elbows will be ever so slightly out at the bottom. And then the final set with the bench, it was 160 pounds. I added a cookie, a 2.5 pounder on each side. Once I got to around like rep 4 or 5, I had to take a good deep breath because I'll admit, it started to really hurt doing 3 sets of 8 with this. The chin-ups, those went really easy. Back down to that volume set, so 95 pounds, 12 reps. This should go pretty quick and easy. And here's that volume set of 12 reps on bench, just 95 pounds. Just repping it out, I took 1 deep breath and I just went for it. I got all 12 in 1 breath, so that kind of felt good, other than a couple deep breaths when I was finished, to be honest. So that's everything for today's workout. My post-workout is going to be the usual. 1 scoop of HP Labs grass-fed whey, a half scoop of their greens and reds whole food mix, as well as 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. If you want to get 10% off an order from HP Labs, go to the link in the description below, hplab.com, and use code RISLING10, that's RISLING 10 at checkout. If this is the type of content you enjoy seeing, learning a little bit more what goes into the process of making a workout and how the execution is, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. All right, I'm going to take a minute now to talk about the Canadian National Track and Field Championships. Now, last night was incredible. Excellent crowd. I would like to see even more people there. I'd like to see more press going into it. I'd like to see more fanfare around it. This is one of the few sports where you can actually go touch and see the athletes a lot of times. Because when they're done, they come over to the crowd and they're watching it as well. They're excited about their fellow competitors, people they're competing against, their friends, their family is there. Like last night, there was a lineup probably, I'm not even kidding, like 60 meters long for hours on end, just for a picture and an autograph with Andre DeGrasse. And then you had Brendan Rodney, another 4x1 national team member, Olympic champion, silver medalist and bronze medalist, world champion, there as well, open for people to talk to. The national team head coach, who he himself is an Olympic and world champion in the 4x1, Glenroy Gilbert. All these people are there for you to actually go and speak to. You can also see some of Canada's best athletes. If you want to see the biggest freaks in just athleticism, track and field is the sport. You get it. Yes, the NFL, you're going to see the greatest athletes who have skill. Same with the NBA. But pure athleticism, the greatest expression of speed, power, jumping ability, throwing ability, you are not going to see it anywhere but in the sport of athletics. It's only like $20 for a ticket for a session. My suggestion, get out there either tonight for the men's 800 meter. Marco Arop is a generational talent. He's running at the same time as another Kenyan generational talent in Wenyoni, who beat him by a couple hundredths of a second for the Olympic gold medal last year. Tomorrow, you're going to see Canadian record holders in the women's 200. You're going to see great head-to-head battles at the junior level. Last night, the Canadian junior men's 100 meter record was broken. Andre DeGrasse used to hold that record and it got broken right in front of him. These are the great athletic feats you're going to see. And the weather looks like it's going to be incredible all weekend. Yeah, it's going to be hot. Toss some sunscreen on, put a hat on, go out and support our top Canadian track and field athletes. It's good to see, and it's good to get that community involvement into the sport at the grassroots level, because you see from the grassroots right up to the Olympic Games to the top of the Olympic podium, all in one place. So Ottawa, surrounding area, take an afternoon tomorrow, go out to the Canadian National Track and Field Championships and support some of our best athletes. It's $20. Yeah, these days that might be a bit much for some people, but if you can do it and you got the time, you're not doing anything anyways, I ask you to please get out there and support them. We've been doing it with women's sports. Well, you're going to see our top female athletes as well. Canadian record holder in the women's 100 meter, Audrey Leduc, who's from Ottawa-Gatineau, is competing tomorrow in the women's 200 meter. You're going to have amazing athletes competing all weekend. So that's everything I wanted to say about the Canadian National Track and Field Championships. As for my workout, it went well. I got through everything. I went up in weight, so I'm happy with that. I'm still a little sore on the legs from Thursday's front squats and Tuesday's back squats. So by Monday, I should be back to normal again. But get out there, get your workout in, push the weight a little bit more. Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance. Embrace your potential.